That is true, but it is also because of the system. In some way, I can deny no by a document.
Okay.
The Constitution. The entire or more able to act with such disrespect, disregard, and impunity is because of that document.
Constitution.
Constitution. It does not allow for democratic accountability. Say, if you are uncommon, everyone say they respond to us. Say, me know too many free and change into they will take it seriously. There be constitution and my home coins. A man who coin and money at your pay. Me know constitution is the tax. And so president there, member now me know. Any president, why they was why Nankaya Cassie own tax or bet me a tax? But I said there be no tax, president, their money tax.
Okay, so that's one of your concerns.
One of your concerns, no. Whilst the president is in office, constitution is say president ne a DM boni crown bar. Ye ni ho kwan say ye didn't be coco as in the a court and a commission, yes, the president should answer questions to anybody. So the president is not even accountable to you and I whilst he's in office.
Okay.
We are going to feel the same constitution say, president, if he officer, within 3 years, Bonibia or DDN. Say ye intimi who sa boneno na yang timi and shena aboswa.
Okay.
We lost our rights to, as it were, question the president. I mean, the former president.
President, okay.
I didn't hear. Compare this with other nations. Take Augusto Pinochet.
Right.
Now, who said, Papa, no, what be your mampeni, ama fe wewu, we fist wewu. Omu who said, what committed crimes be against the state? He was tried in absentia. I mean, bra wewu, he was tried and punished even in death. Between these two societies, and I ask yourself, if you know, say you never will go scot-free,
right,
and that's going to be held accountable even in death. Oh yeah, what yeah, over to 2 years.
Right.
But in a case, now see that after 3 years, now forever hold your peace. So this is what we are talking about. You have a constitutional, and yet I'm family so and I buy. It didn't come through democratic means. Offer constitution, your friends. Last speech. Flight Lieutenant Jerry Johnson. Why the money to me say on your constitution?
Ernesto, he didn't single-handedly do it. He called people like
good.
Yeah.
Good. Why the man is out to me? To call people to come and sit down and do a constitution. So he had no mandate, he had no authority to do what he did.
Okay.
But yeah, probably say in the exigencies of the time.
Okay.
We needed to move on as a nation. We needed political stability.
Right.
Internet in the name of experts, or from into what he called consultative assembly, and or more etna say constitution. Now, this constitution, if it has given us political stability.
Right.
And then we've been able to change from one political party to the other.
Okay.
But the fact that some wrongs were committed in the past does not mean say any say wrongs.
Okay.
And I say so that constitution way and your developmental friends and constitution.
Yeah, right.
Internet, everything says we have to change our constitution. President Mills or establish a constitutional review a commission. The amount na share changes a bit me a day about our constitution. Commission more than 1,000 your friend is saying reforms and as changes.
Right.
And or more every year. Documents are more producing more than 900 pages to this small constitution. It tells you the constitution, no problem. So, now, the point is this. Answer recommendations and everything I go through.
Right.
Every recommendation, I share your common referendum. It's your best says, na I said, you better come at all. You better go to a bar. And some changes when no more 80. Now, this is what happened. Mobekaya, papa, or Mampini Nanado.
Right.
Set of reforms in the more about, but what Daniel in Boka said district assembly elections. Yamane MBA MPP and DCD.
Yes.
And remember, my name by Emma and Kay, they call Sarah referendum. To swap. Onye who Pepe say Ghana for a bet with ya, say MBA partisan. Then I also matter me boy in young Bobby.
And it's a national team.
Referendum never so maybe sir.
Exactly.
What does that review process do? What the review process does, and it concentrates power in the hands of Mr. Kufuor and the few at the top, AMPP NDC leadership. Okay. Deciding what should enter into some new constitution or not. It still concentrates and leaves power in the hands of the few.
It's a winner takes all system now.
And only a new constitution gives Menewo our full powers, our full rights, our full authority to exert ourselves.
Okay.
There can be a new constitution. And on there, what is going to happen is this. You better elect your friends and their friend constituent assembly. It's in central for you would elect more representatives because our constituent assembly.
Okay.
And driver for they can speak for them and make sure that their hopes and aspirations as drivers and generally workers of this country would also be in the constitution. A school for so elect or residents associations, organizations, any other. There will be an elected constituent assembly. I beg what say actual new document.
Okay.
And a new document in the name of a constitution area. Now, fear they are called referendum. One area we have a new constitution.
Okay.
But as a review, you are only giving power to Mahama and Akufo-Addo and a few of the leadership in the MPP and the MPs, and they will decide what should happen. Take the system of winner takes all, said there, or kind.
Right.
A election system. And that system, everywhere it's practiced, it gets just a political party. It is effectively a two-party system.
That's a state, yeah.
That is why we have a two-party state in Ghana, MPP and NDC. People will tell you, say, when they vote outside MPP and I say NDC, they are wasting their vote.
Yeah.
It is because of that system. Our friend, the first past the post electoral system.
Compare that. And that's what I mean. It's even USA. Also not fine. They have a multi-party, but still now who say Democrats and Republicans and still now we are wasting. And yet it is working for them. People resign. There
are people who are protesting the US system now as we are speaking, and that is what produced the likes of Bernie Sanders. in USA. But but his message was so strong that it almost led to the collapse of their friends and Democrats and Republicans.
Yeah.
Later on, he just had
Democrats
to give go through. But there are people in America who are protesting systems because it effectively creates a group. Take Omaimbi to say Germany. Take Omaimbi to say Germany.
Yeah.
First past the post system and now winner takes all system. Proportional representation. Proportional representation. Into no vote is a wasted vote.
Right.
You have voice in parliament. Into the party now in the last election. Look at your friends. Boom, they did dead. And kaboom 1% no nyaya. Obenya whole representation in parliament.
Wow. Okay.
But I mean, the system we are running now, Boom is not in parliament. The national issue of
minority majority.
Yechemu 2, the MPP 137, NDC 137, and tell me, say they are not cutting deals in. They are cutting deals. As Gracia, or more increase or more as Gracia, both for the executive, the legislature, and of course the Biswama judiciary any idea. This is not the system we want. We're here system about representing in our fairly. Now, under proportional representation you are making, it would also enhance the representation of women. How many women do you have in? How many women do you have in your friends in your local government? Now I'm saying, your man penny nominating DCs.
Yeah.
Am I? It does not enhance the representation of women, and women actually constitute the majority in this population. And yet, when it comes to the decision-making table, women are a minority. Only proportional representation can address that issue. But media gender groups maybe near there. Almost affirmative action. Affirmative action. How does it help women representation?
It's almost say they put themselves out there for their positions. Somebody at home. It is a man and you have to put yourself out there. If you are not coming out to vie for position A or B, I mean, how is that way making
problem? Yes, but then the other problem with affirmative action, and it's for many of our gender groups here, almost say, oh, a man is the enemy. The patriarchy is the enemy. The patriarchy, not dream in but that is not it. The patriarchy is a system. A system of exploitation that benefits men. Mostly. But then it does not mean say a man don't benefit from that system of patriarchy.
Yeah.
It's Obekaya Mahama F. Chusu a Jena no Poku.
Right.
The Nabedi running mate. And a MPP chairman for Ashanti region. Oh, sorry, Dimania tempo. And you may have thought, say, the likes of Madame Esla Owusu-Nomo, if they decided to open their mouth at all, would be to condemn the likes of Wuntu. There be Obabe supporting Wuntu. That is what she did. It is rather the likes of your friends in Kweku Bakonomo and Omo condemning Wuntu me. And Omo catch a party, they say, they won't me a the asset ever. You understand? Internet patriarchy, it is a system. Internet uja system na kasi affirmative action. Internet which women should come to the decision-making table. Obeko kofa eslo usu. Obeko kofa women who are obviously benefiting from this rotten system. And when they come and sit behind the decision-making table, they are not going to defend you, a woman. They are going to defend the system.
And that's too.
Because it's a system that benefits. But with proportional representation, this is what happens. Party, NDC 44.4%. Into 44.4%, Ubenya whole representation in parliament, 44.4% representation in parliament. The quota could be set or for more parliament, parliament under NDC. And we say 51% AMR.
Okay.
Interfere that would have to go for an election and or maybe some members. Why for the person or more ever your friend is saying parliament. Now up. And then it will be open to a vote for the party. The party may be voting. Oh, okay. Me pese as me see A equal parliament, B equal parliament, C equal. To be vote into a member of the party. Be voting in now the electoral commission. Latest results now it will be for the party to meet our quota. He said, even though we have the free will of voting for whoever we want to represent us in parliament as a party, and we see it meets our 51% quota. No?
Okay.
And then you may have a situation like Bema came before Obama according to the voting. But because party has to meet that quota, the Bema will withdraw. Now Obama etimi akọ parliament based on the voting, And this is what is happening in countries like a friend is saying the Netherlands, those we go them to beg for money to come and finance developmental agenda here. That is a system, and it protects your friend is saying, or mine, so it protects good leaders. Take your friends and they like Angela Merkel.
Yeah.
There's no term limit to. The woman had been there for 16 years.
Yes, yeah.
16 years. And so I had to say, I'll go 3 times per say, and no, untimi and copy. It has limitations. Imagine Ghana has.
In the case of Angela, see, you would dear Angela, dear woo young and Nebema, be a sure and to tell you, Angela wouldn't still be there. You get
good. Good, but it's also because of the system. Anka Angela Merkel, Ghana, and Kokon the first, second, the way we want to mean Kobe. But we know, Otimi, 16 years, 4 years are 4. Ocheki UK, they also have that kind of system. Indeed, we African, we need
to check our systems. Yeah.
You bet media protecting leaders. Angela Merkel, every your friends saying or handy over here. Mekai article be almost Germany clapped for close to 1 hour. No, because she was so modest and she gave them prosperity. In fact, was it last year or the last 2 years? And Germany celebrated almost century of prosperity. Where they have come from, they can see they have become a prosperous nation. To the extent that they were encouraging Germans to use more electricity. The more now you use electricity, the more now you use or mining to. That's how successful Germany became under Angela Merkel. We need systems that currently, what role are women playing in the politics of Ghana? Your politics in the role Ben and Ma they play. And I will take you to MPP and DC. MPP were friends, almost loyal ladies. Now Mr. MPP is not loyal to.
I don't know, loyal. That's a fan club. There are people with actual appointments our system.
They are just cheerleading. They are just cheerleaders. And almost say na way as we bema way way, and that is all they do. Is that the role we want to give women in our politics?
Women empowerment issue will come back on another day to exhaust it. Then I'm taking the constitution.
So we need a new constitution.
Yes.
And have women playing the critical role that they ought to be playing in the politics of this country.
Right. I think you put together a petition, say about 1 million Ghanaians to push the constitution. Yeah, how far with that? How far?
And also you could so then they are also sign it, and they are there.
Oh, okay. It's going to be saying.
I don't have the figures.
Right.
But
it's encouraging
to come up and come. But it's very, very encouraging. Ghana to draw why we need a new constitution. And they are seeing it even more clearly because when MPP and NDC, when it comes to say, do we need a new constitution? Omuninane are not for it. Okay. Once these guys are agreeing, say we don't need a new constitution, and I just say Bibi or Honoma, I will say 18 years. And all of this is also pushing the agenda for Ghana to have a new constitution.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, Mewa.
Wait there, yeah, around the up what I say. Professor Stephen Adai, a push for declaration of assets before you get into any government position. And also no I didn't show it's the same.
Since
we are not implementing it.
You want to enter public office. I was to me a show we declare our assets and only they can. But they are not doing it. It's something that we need to come, but it's happening. And we need a new concept. We enforce Sanema way to the point that when the asset you cannot first of all office and the once you are in office, assets are acquired. It should become basis for putting you out of office and also subjecting you.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a bit personal, very personal question. You see, you've really fought. Yes, you've really fought hard for Ghana, say, but there are times that you have been incarcerated, you've been arrested, okay? What was going through your mind when, for instance, stages are George Floyd, solidarity, at that moment, how was the feeling like? Was it like, hey, my coffee problem, and I say, well, it's worth it or what? What was going through your mind at that point?
At that point, I felt the love.
Okay.
There are many who are actually projects that we are involved in. A shaming crime who say I am not alone.
Okay.
Was more often that I felt say I am alone. I say Okase Gukwa, and I say Gukwa. But if I have to tell you, the entire court process, the financing, everything, legal fees, everything, I did not spend one penny. Everything was financed by the public.
Right.
See, that for me told me, said what we are involved in, there are many other people who believe in it and who think it's right. See, it was for me in the period of love.
Okay.
That all.
Right. Oh, Ernesto, With the door, the pastor or Jibrani Kasa, we really do appreciate.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, to Ghana, you so you may be about you for another active and insightful conversation again. I mean, sure. Bye bye.
Bye bye.